Well, aloha to everyone out there watching, listening, joining in. I have a different kind of a video today. I've been lucky I got to interview some of the people that I really respect lately and had them on the podcast here with me. And so today's a different kind of video. Like I said, we essentially at the end of the day are somewhat of kind of like landlords. And for those of you that don't know me, I'll introduce myself. My name is Alex Alexander. We are here in Kona, Hawaii, Kailua Kona, right downtown, right off Ali'i Drive. So we're coming to you from Hawaii, and I'm the CIO, which means the Chief Investment Officer of Integrity Portfolio Management. And we handle $1.5 million of agricultural land here in Hawaii. And so that's what we do for a living. And what I make these videos for is we don't sell any sort of a package or a kit or a mindset set course or anything like that. I make these videos for free because I think there's way too many people out here who don't know how to stop being broke. And I don't think you need to be one of them. So I think from some of these videos, you might be able to gather a little bit of information. And if I can help one person get a little bit further on down the road, well, that's what videos like this did for me. So hopefully I can pass it on and it'll be beneficial to somebody someday. I like I said, it's a different kind of a video. We're portfolio management company, but we also sell land. So that means that we get to be somewhat like landlords. So yesterday we had an incident. We were selling land. We were doing a showing. So we're showing a piece of land out there in Ocean View. And I'll just take a couple of breaths and calm down because it was what you might call an incident, an event. So we had some fella on one of our pieces of land was doing it looked like some sort of a dubious situation, some sort of a deal going on, some sort of a money transfer for something. And so I'll just leave it at that and let you make your own assumptions because I don't know. I'm not a police officer. I'm not a professional detective. I don't know exactly. But there was something happening that seemed dubious. So anyway, we didn't even mention anything because we own this big block of about, there's 10 acres there together. We own all of that. And so we were showing one of the 1 acre lots. And so this guy was on one of the driveways of one of the lots that we own next door. And so we didn't even bother him, to tell you the truth. We sort of knew what was happening over there, and we were hoping to just kind of avoid the situation and possibly deal with it after the buyers had left, because we're showing property now. Now we're on a showing. Like I said, we're basically kind of like landlords. We show the properties. We, help people get into them and buy them and arrange the financing and such. So as we're showing this one piece of land, it's a raw piece of land. We're on the road, and I can kind of hear out of the corner of my, corner of my ear, corner of my eye, whatever. I notice what's going on over there, and we're talking to the people, but I can kind of hear it going weird over there. The guy's upset because we're there, so he can't make his deal with the other guy, and the other guy peels out and leaves. And so I can kind of hear them over there grumbling and, so anyway, as I hear that going on, I turned on my camera because I sort of felt that I was like, I know this is about to be a situation. Let me go ahead and just film it just in case. And sure enough, it turned out to be one of these bad situations. So glad I filmed it. And I want to tell anyone who is like getting into landlording or um, anything like that, do not do this. Do not copy me. Do not do what I did. I'm not proud of this. I'm not happy of the way it went down. It's a bad situation, and I don't want anyone else to think that they need to be tough or anything like that, because I'm not a tough guy. You'll see in the video, I'm not a tough guy. I was just trying to stay calm and cool the whole time, to tell you the truth. And really what I wanted to make this video about is not so much on the landlording side. Probably there's some people in real estate who will watch this and get some tips from it or whatever. But more importantly, I want to speak about the mindset and how I was able to toggle on the calmness, and even just talking about the situation, I feel my energy kind of rising, getting a little like, kind of whenever there's a tension, aggressive, confrontational type situation, those emotions and hormones chemicals start rising up in the body. And so everything that I've been talking about that high performers do, one of the most important things you can possibly do for your entire life is learn to toggle on from high intensity to low and calm, to be able to calm yourself down, to be able to toggle it down. And I get this that word toggle from Dr. Andrew Huberman from the Huberman Neuroscience. I think that's what they call it. He's a neuroscientist, and they study neuroscience at Stanford, and he has his own lab section set up, and so I'm sure he's gotten grants. And he does a ton of work with people in high performance industry and high performance fields, Navy SEALs, people in special forces, things like that, intense athletes, triathletes, things like that, Ironman competitors. These kind of people, there's certain mindsets. So that's a lot of what I'm talking about here. Whenever we talk about high performers, people who are going for something that is higher than the average. So that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about high performers, being able to perform above the average. And whenever you get to a high performance status level, whenever you're working at that level all the time, it comes down to inches. Olympians, weightlifters, races, they're won by millimeters, inches. It's that little tiny bit that wins. And that's the difference between winning and not winning. So all these high performance habits and things I've been talking about helped me with this situation yesterday. So we're going to go through the situation. I'm going to show you the video, and I'll pause it and talk through it. I muted it because there's a ton of foul language, and I didn't want to have that on my channel, having that just foulness. It was pretty bad. So, and you'll see. So like I said, do not do this. Let me bring on here's our friend. So we're down the road, and we were showing, there were two ladies, not, they were wonderful, real sweethearts, and not young ladies. So I didn't feel comfortable with him coming over towards them. So I kind of walked over there. So the confrontation wouldn't be like with them, the buyers, these sweet ladies we had the opportunity to meet. So here we go. Let's watch the video. I'll pause it a little bit. So, he's yelling and screaming, and my wife Kaipalani is telling him, hey, we don't want any trouble. Just calm down. And so I'm coming up here to get the license plate because he's trespassing. And so you see, I go on the other side of this planter. I didn't want to be like right in his face. And so it looked like he was getting in his car here. I'm telling him, so right here, I'm telling him you're trespassing. And that's the whole point of the video. So that afterward, if there's a police report, which there will be, because anyway, so when there's a police report, I want to show them that I notified him that he's trespassing, so that later on, whenever he comes back again and he's trying to do a drug deal in the driveway or something, I don't know if that's what was happening. I'm not assuming that, and I'm not claiming that. That might be an allegation from someone else, but I don't know. That might have been happening. I don't know. But let's just see. So I'm telling him, he can't be coming here. It's trespassing. And so he's got a flashlight in his hand, you see there. And so you get the bird, and that was uncomfortable. So I come over here. I wanted to get his license plate. I come over to, let's get the license plate, get the face. And as soon as I get the face, he's charging at me. So here's what I do. Like I said, don't ever do any of this. I turn to the side. I don't, I don't let people come up and bump up against my chest and bump them back and all that kind of thing. And it's like I said, these habits I've been talking about, for example, specifically New Calm. New Calm is something I've been talking about here on the channel, and you can find tons of information on it on the internet. New Calm. It's a neural calming music, and I listen to it every single day, and it has advanced mathematics and physics put into the music and underneath the music that helps to relax brain waves. And that's what Andrew Huberman, the neuroscientist, is talking about when he talks about high performance Navy SEALs are able to toggle on and toggle off. And so right after this confrontation you're looking at, we went and sold a property. I'll skip to the end and kind of ruin the punchline. We sold a property after this confrontation with these ladies watching this happen. And it was terrible, but I was able to toggle off, calm down, take some breaths, and we went back to work. So this was, you got this guy bumping me, He's got a flashlight. He's making like he's going to hit me with the flashlight. And so I'm telling him, you're trespassing. I'm letting you know that you're trespassing. And here he comes in my face. And so I just keep turning to the side. For one, I mean, you're protecting my organs, genitals, face, throat, all the things that he could hit that would really hurt. And so I'm trying to get video of the car and all that, because whenever the police want to know, like, the car, what he looks like, the license plate, all that kind of thing. And so here's Champion Kaipalani right there. She was right there at the side. So she had the other thing in her hand that could help it say he did hit me from behind or whatever. She had something in her hand to help it defend me and defend her. So that's why I'm saying, don't do this kind of thing. We were prepared, and we do this kind of thing. We deal with people who are on the edges of society and really don't care about the rules and such. And this is a bully. Let's back up and look at this. This is a bully. Watch. He comes at me like he's going to hit me. And you got to remember, I'm 6'3", 260. I'm a big old boy. And it's not like I'm limping around. I can handle myself. I'm healthy. And this guy acts like he's going to watch. I'm coming over here to get his license plate. Get the license plate. I'm over to the side. Charging. Up in my face. Bumping. Bully. But no response from me. That's the point I'm trying to get to from Neurocalm, Magic Mind, Mud Water, waking up early. I haven't even broken into talking about 5-HTP, cold showers. There are tons of you can go find other. I'm telling you the habits that I use. And this is just my own roadmap. Use little parts of it if it works for you. Go find other parts that might be related. Even if you went out, say I talk about, okay, I'm talking about cold showers right now. Cold showers are able to extend. It's almost like dopamine reset. And so a lot of people have problems with distraction from seeking reward. The seeking feeling of dopamine causes like that seeking of shiny penny syndrome, they call it. And so dopamine, that's how I use it. Cold showers for a dopamine reset, so I don't go chasing shiny pennies. And if you're in business, industry, this kind of thing, entrepreneurs, you'll probably understand what I'm talking about when I talk about shiny penny syndrome. We know that it takes months, years, over and over and over of routines and habits and the same thing to develop something big. But we chase these shiny pennies as soon as it gets tough. As soon as we're going along and we're building, and it gets to like that confusing part that, man, I've always not done math. I don't know how many entrepreneurs I've met that it gets to a certain level and we go, and I'm saying we, because I've done this plenty of times and I've broken through a couple of times, and I probably still have more levels to break through of thinking, man, that's too much. I can't even understand that kind of math. And then I work at it and work at it and work at it and work at it, and I understand it eventually. What is it for you? Maybe it's not math. Maybe it's dealing with someone like this and having the calmness to not have it upset you and throw you off. Because I'll tell you the truth. Say this was, here, I got a cough. Say this was 5 years ago. Before I began this journey of improving myself, waking up early in the morning, paying attention to my emotions and how they're affecting how I'm acting to the people around me and all of this, just really being self-aware and paying attention to it. Before I did all of that, I would have been completely out of control for maybe 5 days. This would have just upset me. I would have ruminated on it and just would have kept coming back. What did I do wrong? Why didn't I do this? I shouldn't have even been there at that time of the day. Why didn't I just let it go? Maybe I should have been tougher. Maybe I should have told this guy this. Maybe I should have said that. I don't do any of that anymore. I'm sorry, I have to kind of laugh at myself because I feel ridiculous for how it was to how it is now, to look back at myself and go, man, I would have just let this little, and think about it. This is one of the ways that here's another tool for you. You can use it if you want. This is something I think. So, I feel sorry for this guy. Look at how it's going. I mean, that's a stolen license plate. Let's see. Let's go back and see if we can see it. It's like bolted on with a, let's see. Does he have the tape on it? One of the common things they'll do. I can't find it, but it's not that important. I noticed whenever I was there, it's bolted on in a funny way, and it's got the tape over the registration part. So it's a stolen license plate. It's probably a stolen car. It's all dented up, and so and this guy, I don't know if you noticed, he doesn't have any teeth. Doesn't look like he's doing that well. Looks like his health's not that great. And so I'm really going to let that guy upset me because of his opinion of me for a couple of days. I don't know, just reframing it can really help out a lot. I hope that helps somebody, because being able to reframe situations like this is a way you can just, you want to talk about toggling off of that bad emotion. You can just toggle right out of it. Boom, that emotion's gone. That's the way I can make it work. And I hope it works for somebody out there too, because if you wind up in a situation like this, I tell you what, this can create even just a small little situation like this. Because I'm a kind-hearted person. I don't go out aggressively, And if you have an aggressive personality, you might be used to getting this kind of feedback. But when you kind of get this kind of a feedback, when you have a real soft and kind personality out to the world, it's real shocking, and it can really throw you off for a while. So that's why I'm talking about this too. I really hope it helps somebody, because it's helped me tremendously. Like this used to set me into this kind of thing, because this kind of thing happens to people. You just wind up in a situation with people who are aggressive for no reason, or for no reason that you're involved with. I'm sure there are a ton of reasons for him to be aggressive. Like I said, his health doesn't look like he's doing that great, and probably his finances also aren't that great. So, he's probably got a ton of reasons to feel upset and aggressive, which have nothing to do with you or I. However, we wind up in the situation on accident, possibly. And so we can do things like take a breath, calm it down. See, even just talking about the situation, here's a tool for you. I'm talking about the situation, getting caught up. All of a sudden, I'm holding my breath as I'm talking. So if you're ever doing that, just kind of force yourself. Do you realize it? Take the time and treat yourself. Treat yourself to a nice breath. Feels good. Doesn't cost anything. It doesn't cost you a penny. Very helpful. So I hope that helps somebody. Like I said, we've been doing this for 5 years here in this area, and this doesn't really happen all the time, but we do a ton of business, so we've been more used to it than probably other people. And I tell you what, here's the other thing. Like I was saying, right after this, we were able to get in the car. I was able to take some deep breaths, toggle it right off, not be all upset, let that distract me. And we were able to go and show 3 more properties. The ladies we met were wonderful. They were just absolutely lovely to us, and they're buying a property. So how great is that? Even after a situation like this, even after having to deal with that, things turned out all right. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off for today. I've been reading this book. Here, I'll plug this book. The High Five Habit. Mel Robbins. Great book. The basics are real simple. There's a ton to it, but the real basics are high five yourself in the mirror, give yourself that. And it does make you feel good, and it really is connected neurologically. It really does make an effect. And so I encourage everybody to do that. I'll be talking about this book as I read more through it. Just 2 days into it. And it's called The High Five Habit. I encourage everybody to get on that. So in the mirror, that's the thing. If you haven't heard me talk about it yet, in the mirror in the morning, you high five yourself in the mirror, because your mind has been linked to seeing high fives and seeing the encouragement, seeing the acknowledgement, and it's neurologically linked in your body. It's so in there. It's in your body. It's in your mind. It's in your brain. All those things. It's in your neurons and your muscles. It's all in there. And so the way to bring it out is you can high five yourself. You can use what's already in there and just make it work for you. Give yourself that boom, that high five in the mirror, and make yourself feel good. All right. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off for today.